It is possible that Mario Kart World will be receiving Donkey Kong Bonanza themed DLC in the not too distant future. And full disclosure, this video does contain spoilers for Donkey Kong Bonanza. If this ends up happening, then we're gonna just fully and officially enter a world where that is no longer, it is no longer a spoiler. That at the end of Donkey Kong Bonanza, are there any of you left who don't know what I'm talking about? Are you scrambling to click away? King K. Rool, it's final boss. So like, if this happens, then yeah, it's not gonna be a spoiler anymore. Everyone's gonna know about it. I think this is really the final days of that being something of a secret. So yeah, the idea is that we're gonna get some kind of DLC, and there's kind of a few different reasons why. Nintendo recently updated the Nintendo Today app with some Donkey Kong related themes, a lot of DK Bonanza stuff in there naturally, and people have data mined this update, and it seems that King K. Rool in some form will be featured on the app on December 15th. Now, technically speaking, Nintendo doesn't need an excuse to feature any of their colorful characters from any of their beloved IPs, but seeing as DK Bonanza came out this year, K. Rool is a big thing, so like, if they're gonna be doing anything with King K. Rool, it's probably to be like, hey, King K. Rool, he's a thing again, we're gonna do more stuff with him, but like, you're not gonna just stick him in the app, you're not gonna just be like, hey, look, it's King K. I mean, like, maybe, that's the thing. Full disclosure, this is not confirmed at all. This really is people just kind of like putting the pieces together and imagining what if. However, I'd still say that it's a pretty compelling idea. This could just be Nintendo being like, okay, it's no longer a spoiler. We want everyone to know. We want to start celebrating this idea that King K. Rool is back and was in the game and all that good stuff. But when Mario Kart World came out, people found that the voice actors for King K. Rool and Void Kong were listed in the credits. Of course, if the game doesn't say who they voiced, it's possible that they just voiced some other, Toads. We got that new Toad voice actor a while back, but he was just voicing like one of the Toads. So like, maybe they're voicing other Toads or NPCs in some way. I don't really know. I haven't done the digging to see like who these people have voiced overall. I haven't been to their IMDb. It doesn't sound like anybody knows absolutely for sure who they may or may not have voiced in the game, but it is possible that they did voice these characters, K. Rool and Void Kong, for Mario Kart. And that Nintendo obviously knew when they launched the game that they were gonna be in there, so they just stuck them in the credits ahead of time. It's certainly possible. Again, it's not like a confirmation or anything, but it is compelling evidence. The voice actors for Void Kong and King K. Rool are in the credits of Mario Kart World, and Void Kong and King K. Rool would be perfect DLC characters. I mean, come on. It would be perfect if you were going to put any. I mean, it's one of the other really, really big games of the year. It's Donkey Kong. Like, come on. So like, if you were gonna put any characters from Bonanza into World, which you absolutely should. You should always be updating Mario Kart World with even if it's not gonna be like full-blown Super Smash Kart or whatever, at least hitting on some of those Mario adjacent IPs, at least hitting the big games that are like just, it's a promotional thing. Just keep updating the game with these characters. Ideally, they're not charging too much. Ideally, it's not so much that like, okay, well, you can't charge that much per character, because then if there's that many characters, then to get all the characters $100,000. But whatever, that's neither here nor there at the moment. It is something they should do. It just makes too much sense. The game Mario Kart World has been out for 6 months now, and they have not given it any notable, sizable DLC or updates or anything. All the updates have just been like fixes and changes. None of them have been content. I'm just like, where are the events? Where's like the big stuff going on? Yeah, where's the DLC? Where are the new fun characters? So it would just be too perfect. And then at the time of this recording, the Game Awards are tomorrow, and you can obviously never, ever count on Nintendo being at the Game Awards. Absolutely never. Even when it would make a ton of sense, you can't count on it, because most of the time they just do not show up. Until they do. until they do. That's the thing. They have before. It's a complete crapshoot. You'd never know. It is a roll of the dice. Are they going to be there? They have been there before. They've had bombshell stuff before, and then just years of absolute silence, complete crickets. So it wouldn't be weird. It wouldn't be surprising if they announced this DLC at the Game Awards. The timing lines up. And they have made DLC-related announcements before. They announced the Breath of the Wild DLC at the Game Awards. Bayonetta in Smash, right? And Joker in Smash. Those were at the Game Awards. Of course, those were non-Nintendo IPs, so it made more sense to advertise them at the Game Awards. This is just more Nintendo stuff, but like, whatever. It's Nintendo. You absolutely never know what's going to happen. And if the Game Awards are on the 11th, and allegedly King K. Rool is going to be on the app, the Nintendo Today app, on the 15th, then I don't know. It lines up pretty good. That said, though, the people claiming that King K. Rool will be on the app on the 15th also said that critters from DK would be appearing on the app on the 9th. And that was yesterday. And to my knowledge, that didn't happen. I'm like I know that like I didn't check it on the day, but I'm on all the news. I didn't see anything. I don't see, maybe I'm just not looking hard enough. I'm not seeing confirmations anywhere. So I don't know. Maybe they're not right about the 15th of December thing. I don't know. But it is a really interesting idea, and I think it would just make too much sense. Like for so many reasons, it would just make too much sense. So if it is true that Nintendo is going to be doing some sort of King K. Rool related thing on the app, Mario Kart is overdue for some kind of update, for like an actual big like content update, then there you go. Game Awards is tomorrow. Who knows? K. Rool and Void Kong are both such good villains too. They're really, really, really good, aren't they? And just so like in Mario Kart World, I do love all the animations. Like there's so much character in the characters. So like Void Kong in particular, so animated, so expressive. So like I could totally see him, just all of his little animations, just showboating, just being an absolute jerk about everything and just laughing maniacally. I think that would be a lot of fun. And then King K. Rool with his just crazy face and his just like humongous hulking demeanor. It would just be too perfect. It would just be too perfect. Although I will say, I think it would be silly to do a big update with a bunch of DK Bananza'd DLC and not also create a new version of DK with Pauline on his shoulder. Like, come on. Like, why not? DK's already in the game. Pauline herself could be a character in the game, essentially, you know, like, I mean, it would be an alternate, entirely separate thing on the character select screen, because of course it would. I don't know, maybe it would complicate things with all the costumes, because if you're changing DK's costume, why are you not also changing her costume? Because they did, in Bonanza, she could change her costume when he changed his costume, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe that alone kind of complicates it, but I just think it would be too fun. Like, she's riding on your shoulder while you're in Mario Kart. It's funny. And she could, you know, she could just like talk and talk all the time, kind of like she does in Bonanza. She'd be like, ooh, a red shell, watch out. Land a really good hit on someone, be like, aha, all right. I mean, okay, honestly, I was saying that as something that would be kind of annoying, but no, that would actually be kind of fun. You would have like a little cheerleader just anytime you do anything in Mario Kart, just being like, yeah, that was awesome. It's kind of a fun idea.